Hello beautifuls and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on the look I am wearing right now. I have been currently watching a ton of Arab inspired makeup tutorials, and that is what inspired today's look. I wanted to do something very colorful and fun, but still unique to their culture, and so this is my first time ever trying to recreate an Arab inspired makeup look, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. So if you like the look and you would like to know how I created it, you can keep on watching. To start, I'm taking a large blending brush from Wet n Wild, and with the shade Magical from the Dream St palette, I'm going to blend that on my brow bone. Next, I am taking a blending brush from Glamour Dolls, and with the shade Hopscotch from Makeup Geek, I'm going to apply that just under the shade Magical. For this look, I am extending my shadows farther past my eye than I normally would to create a very elongated eye. On the same brush, I am taking the shade Masquerade from Makeup Geek, and I am applying that right on top of Hopscotch. With an e.l.f. blending brush, I am taking the shade Jada from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am applying that just above my crease underneath those purples. With a smaller e.l.f. blending brush, I am taking the shade Mermaid Boy from the Dream St palette, and I'm applying that more so on my outer V and dragging that into the center just slightly to create a little bit more of a cat eye. Next, I am going back in with the shade Jada from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am just kind of filling in that V that we created and blending out the shade Mermaid Boy. Here, I'm going back in with the shade Mermaid Boy, and I am just deepening that outer corner a little bit more. Next, I am taking the shade Water Bearer from the Dream St palette, and I'm really going to accentuate that outer V and cat eye with this shade. Going back in with the shade Mermaid Boy, I am just going to blend everything out and make sure there's no harsh lines. Taking the shade Jada again on my Morphe M433 brush, I'm just going to really blend everything out and drag that shade more into the center and inner corner. Now taking the shade Pool Party from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm just going to pat that into the center of my lid. Going back in with the shade Hopscotch from Makeup Geek, I am just going to blend out any harsh lines. Going back in with the shade Water Bear, I am just going to deepen that outer V a little bit more since we blended a lot of that away. Taking my makeup wipes, I'm going to clean up the outer corners and really create that cat eye. Taking my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, I'm going to take a concealer brush and create a little bit of a cut crease in the corners of my eyes. Next, I am taking my Colorpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Blaze, and with a smaller, denser blending brush from Wet n Wild, I am going to apply that on top of that concealer. Taking my Physicians Formula Argan Wear Primer, I'm spraying my brush and dipping into Nerafiti from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette and applying that right on top of Blaze. Taking that primer spray again, I am taking my Bodyography liner brush and taking the shade Spark from the KathleenLights Dream St palette and lining my crease. Going back in with the shade Hopscotch from Makeup Geek, I am just going to make sure everything is nice and blended. With that same liner brush, I am taking the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Smoky Storm and applying that right on top of Blaze. For the sake of time, I went ahead and finished my face makeup, and now with a pencil brush, I am taking the shade Spark from KathleenLights Dream St and buffing that all over my lower lash line. With an angled brush, I am taking the shade Mermaid Boy and applying that just on my outer corners. Now taking the shade Water Bearer, I am going to do the same thing. Now taking the Rodial Smoky Eye Pen, I am going to tightline and apply that to my waterline as well. Going back in with the shade Spark, I am going to buff everything out. Next, I am taking my Ciate Fierce Flicks liquid eyeliner, and I am just lining my eye and creating that nice wing. all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my